Hi, everybody. I'm still shivering from yesterday's game, but I'm here to talk about it. And I brought a co-host on with me. Jason, how you doing? Oh,
I'm nice and toasty.
I hate you.
I know.
Was it warm for you to watch the game?
Yeah, my room was about 72 degrees. I have my massaging pad in my chair with the heater on it. Yeah, it was pretty comfortable.
You know what happened yesterday? It was the second
Mm.
shortest game in the history of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
2 hours, 31 minutes.
Yep.
I was there. It felt like 5 fucking hours in that goddamn cold. Freezing my nuts off. At 2.5 hours and 2 hours and 31 minutes. Bullshit. It was 2 hours and 31 minutes.
uh,
Thank God for the nation because, man, what a shit show that was.
mm-hmm.
But we're going to get into that. But before we do, oh my God, I'm going to play a new intro for everybody.
Dun, 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 dun. Hope you like it.
Here we go.
401. 401. Silver and black, yeah, we never fold. New winning roots with a Raider soul. East Coast grind, West Coast pride. Raider nation, worldwide. 401. Say it loud, 401. Feel that sound from the stands to the screen. This is Raider Talk with 401 Raider Jeff. Win or lose, we ride it out. Raider Nation, hear us shout. Hit that bell, show respect. Silver and black. 401 Raider Jeff. 401. 401.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was about ready to start a mosh pit by myself in my room.
I'm getting good at that shit. You know how long
Oh,
that took
man.
me to do that?
I would probably say 10 tries.
Nope.
First shot?
4 songs, and I threw the video together while the songs was still formatting, so I didn't know how long the video had to be yet. But I was like, "Oh, 1 minute and 7 seconds, perfect."
Yeah.
But I may rewrite it, may do it a little bit longer, but I thought it was good. I liked it. Different, you know. Need my own anthem, man.
Well, I kind of thought about the same thing myself.
There you go. Well, let's do this. Let's see who's in the chat first before we
Yep.
start rolling here because I got a lot to talk about. So
Yeah, and a
We
short time to get there.
Donuts Duncan's in the house. Hey, congrats on the new baby, brother. I saw the pictures.
New Raider fan.
Yep. New Raider to add to Raider Nation. So congrats, man. Good job, man. Good looking kid. Where am I? I'm right here. I had to take a smoke break before we started. So Accelerator's in the house. What's up, my guy? Devin's here. What's up, Devin? How you doing?
Devin.
How's the family? How's my little guy doing? Michael's in the house. Jeff, how did Eagle fans treat you? Oh, we're going to get into that. Jeff, I think the Raiders just arrived to Philadelphia. I don't think they ever left Las Vegas, to be honest with you. We have scored 64 points in our last 6 games. That is absolutely atrocious. Fire Pete now. Jeff, did the team look Yeah, no, they didn't look unified. Trust me.
They were unified.
Yep.
They were unified, not unified.
Yeah. Yeah. Kid Diamond, I will say this. Congrats to your Bills for beating my most hated team in the NFL, the New England Patriots, because, man, I can't stand them. And the fact that you beat them in New England is even better. And I love it.
Yep.
Fuck the Patriots. What's up, John Connor? Party in Sydney. You're welcome, man. That's awesome. Whenever you can bring a new Raider Nation member in, beautiful thing. Let's see. Ray Travis, what's up, my guy? How you doing, man? I think the Raiders are still in Oakland. I don't know where they.
Oh no, we that place would have burnt down had that shit happened.
Yeah. Oh, what's up, Skull Street to Three? What's going on, man? The Rams and Chargers are taking fan appreciation. No, taking fan appreciation. No disrespect. Yeah, win or lose a tie, I'm still a Raider fan. Yep. Let's see. I like money and bacon.
Sometimes I like bacon more than money.
So I while I was there this weekend, right? So my guy LV Gear hooked me up, right? So he brought a bunch of his stuff with him, and I just said, "Well, you got any hats with you?" He goes, "Yeah, I do." I said, I need a hat. I need a regular baseball hat, right?" So he takes one out. He goes, "How about this one?" I said, "Dude," he goes, "I got this in gray too." I said, "No, I like the black." So I said, "How much?" He goes, "Don't worry about it." So he just gave it to me, man. So I got this from LV Gear. So shout out to LV Gear. Anybody's looking for Raider Gear, LV Raider Gear, hit him up on Instagram, LV Gear. All right, hit him up on Instagram. He's a great dude, man. He was here for the New England game. You know, he hung around with us for a long time on the weekend. You know, we gave him a ride back and forth from Boston a few times while he was here. So it was cool to reconnect with him too. I knew he was going to go to this game. He's only like an hour and a half away from Philly. So, but not only did I get this hat, so if anybody watched, you can go to my YouTube channel and see my short live I did for about a half hour while we were walking through Philly. We went over to Mitchell and Ness. That was on my bucket list to check off while we were there. So the wife bought me this hat. I like this.
Of course, it had to be your wife that bought it for you.
Yeah, well, she had all the money. But yeah, she bought this one. They were on sale too. All headgear was like 30% off.
Oh,
So
wow.
this was originally $32 for this. I think she got it for like 22. So
yeah, they got to get their inventory down. They got to get
yeah,
their
and I like
down
these.
before they drive.
It's the trucker style hat with the snapback. So if I get a baseball hats I can wear again. So I got two of them. So again, shout out to LV Gear, my guy, man. I appreciate you. Fucking awesome, dude. Actually, Dawn and I were walking out of the hotel to leave this morning, and he was walking out right in front of us. So at least I got to say goodbye to him before he took off. So that was good. So yeah, it was a fun weekend, though. You know, the team sucked, obviously, but you know, like Ray Paul always busts my balls. Why do you spend money for this shit? Why do you spend money? I'm like, dude, the game to me is like a bonus. You know, you get to go to and see an actual NFL football game. For me, it's more of the Raider Nation. You know, I had a blast hanging out with different TBH chapters that were in the house. We had TBH Philly, who, you know, ran the whole show, and they did a great job. You know, shout out to president of the chapter, Will, their vice president, Bridge. I mean, Bridge, if you've never met him yet, holy shit. You want to talk about a guy that's full of energy? Anybody that's met Mike from Raiders Against the World, man, he's got energy. This kid can match it, I think. He is just off the wall. He's just ridiculously funny. And, man, we had a blast. But, yeah, the Philly chapter, man, they did a good job. You know, they did a really good job, especially for the weather conditions on Sunday with the snow. I mean, it was like a fucking blizzard when we were trying to set up. I got up that morning. I looked outside. I went, oh, because I knew it was going to be a long day. Just as soon as I looked out, I was like, we got like 3 to 5 inches of snow down there. It was that wet, heavy stuff. So it just weighed a ton. Had to keep cleaning the canopy off so it didn't get busted. But, man. Let me, who else popped in while we were talking here? Let's
see. We got SoCal Sal was the Guerrero. He popped in here.
I'm going to let you handle the chat tonight.
All right. Well, gives me something to do. Instead of holding I kind of feel like a government employee just standing here.
You're never a government employee. Maybe a municipal employee.
After John Connor, we're going to go right to SoCal Sal. SoCal Sal, one of our OGs. Welcome in, man. Money Chuck. I think we acknowledge you, but who cares? We'll do it again. Mikey Guerrero, wanting to I'm going to nominate him for our campaign manager in 2028. Big Luck 3138's in the house. Welcome, my friend.
It's a big luck.
Yeah. So, see here. Make sure I don't. Oh, your Nightbot showed up. Just so you know, your Nightbot.
Okay.
All right.
Don't forget Money Chuck. I see Money Chuck's in there. What's up, Money Chuck?
Yeah, we got money. I said Money Chuck.
Oh, you didn't highlight it.
I will never. Oh, yeah, you're right. You know what? I skimmed right over the top of it. Money Chuck, I absolutely apologize for that.
Okay, rookie.
I will. No, not a rookie. I just got to click it.
Oh, the ass beat
right there.
For what happened Sunday. That was disgusting.
Big Luck. I'm not familiar with Big Luck. Oh, he's a TBH member. I take it.
Yes, he is.
He's a TBH member. Welcome. Raider Travis is in the house. Touchdown Raiders. There are no touchdowns. That's why I keep my name to Raiders First Downs, because if I changed it to touchdowns, it would never exist. So, think I pretty much all Raider is in the house. Let's see. Pete knows he's getting the boot. I am happy as hell.
What's up, Jaw Raider?
Do witchcraft, win against Giants and Chiefs to screw us, and then he retires laughing at us counting his millions. Well, we'll talk about that later. The Giants game and the Chiefs game and all that good stuff. And then Brandon's nipples is here. Or Brandon Sipple. Brandon Sipple, I'm sorry. I apologize. But there, Raider Pete, floor's yours, Skipper.
What's up? So let's see. Big Luck. No, I did not take a nap. We got back to. I didn't take a nap today. At home I didn't. I guess the wife said I fell asleep on the way home for about an hour or so in the car. I was exhausted. It's SoCal, yeah, no problem, man. I you know what? I didn't get a chance to do any social media stuff for the New England game because I was the main focal point for everything as far as like the go-to guy while we were doing stuff. So everybody came to me for things. So I was spread all over the place, no matter where we were for what event and such. So it was kind of like the overall party director, I guess you would say. So I didn't really get a chance to do a lot of that for the New England game. But this one, I knew I was in a different situation. Yeah, I brought stuff down. I helped out. We did what we did. But it still freed me up to do a lot more social media so I could interact with people and bring you guys with us in a way. I brought you guys with us for about a half hour walking through Philly to get to Mitchell and Ness. I had some great interactions with people while I was walking around. So if you haven't seen that yet, go watch that one. And then I went live for about an hour. So I figured I was going to do an hour or until my battery on my phone hit 50%. So I at least have enough time to charge it to get into the game. And the 1 hour came almost at the same exact moment as I hit like 50. So it worked out perfect. But yeah, I caught some good footage. I was interacting with the chat as much as I could. I picked up a ton of subscribers this weekend because of that. So I'm kind of glad I did that. That was fun. Let everybody see what was going on there. I'll tell you what, the people that came from Oakland and Cali, man, they party. Holy crap, did they party?
Yeah, they'll show you how it's done.
Oh yeah, like especially with the DJ and everything at the tailgate, man, they were dancing up a storm, man. I mean, it was fucking awesome. It was just an amazing day. Amazing day. We didn't get to have music set up at our tailgate because of the rain. The DJ that did bring his stuff, he didn't want to chance it, and I totally understood that. The snow's a little bit different, but yeah, the DJ Chris, man, DJ extraordinaire, man, he was awesome. Absolutely awesome. It was a fun time, man. From the moment we got there, our ride sucked down there. What should have taken us like 5.5 hours to get down there ended up taking us like over 7 hours because I wanted to make sure we went over the George Washington Bridge because I was taking pictures all the way down the East Coast. Dawn was with my phone, but once we got into Greenwich, Connecticut, we pulled over and we switched drivers. So I told her I will drive before we get into New York City. and I'll drive the rest of the way, till we get to Philly. So she was taking the pictures and videos for me while we were driving. But the traffic, oh my God, we lost like almost an hour and a half just sitting in traffic before we even got on the GW, the George Washington Bridge, for those of you that aren't on the East Coast. But yeah, once we got on into Jersey, man, I was doing like 80, 85 all the way down the New Jersey
Salute,
Turnpike.
Raider Jason.
What's up, Jason? So we were moving, man. So we made up some time a little bit, but
yeah. So what was your the first night you got there? What was the atmosphere like when you first arrived and checked into the hotel?
From the moment we walked in there, we already saw a couple Raider fans in the lobby. So of course, we start talking like any Raider fan seeing another Raider fan would do.
Mm-hmm.
So you started to kind of get the vibe. Like the first people we met, they were from California. They had already been out there for a couple of days.
They say where in California, or they just say California?
Shit, I forget exactly where, but I know they're in the LA area, I believe.
LA, okay.
Yeah, and a real nice couple. They're a couple of years older than Dawn and I, so we were kind of like that same era and everything. So
65, really 66 ish.
Fuck you, Jason.
I got the Gino wave. All right.
They were in the 50s. Yeah. Yeah. Blame it on Gino.
On Gino.
They were like a couple of years older than us. But they were wicked nice. Because we went and we ate at the restaurant at the hotel in the the sports bar there. And they sat at the table next to us, so we talked for a little bit. We bumped into them a couple of different times. But yeah, they were wicked nice, man. Super nice people. He owns his own tire and wheel business in LA. Actually, do I have his card? What did I do with it? I did have it. I don't know what the heck I did with it. I got so much shit all over the place. I'm still debriefing from coming home and unpacking stuff. I'll find it. But yeah, it was super nice.
So guy. So the plan was when you got there, you guys had events scheduled Friday and Saturday. Okay. And it was the Black Hole chapter of Philadelphia, obviously. The Philly chapter of the Black Hole was hosting, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Just in your perspective, what was the different? What did you learn anything? How they did their meet and greets, and on top of that, what was it like? Kind of explain what it was like.
Well, that Friday night, the first thing. Now, I've been involved with the Philly chapter since probably right around the New England game, because as soon as the New England game was over, I shifted gears. I was helping out Yo Raider from the Steel Valley chapter, who was going to run the Indy tailgate and everything. And I also reached out to Will, who's the president of the TBH in Philly. And I told him, I said, listen, any help you need, let me know. I think the wife and I are planning on possibly going down to Philly. I said, so if you need anything, hit me up. If you got flyers, I can make flyers for you, social media flyers, and start distributing them when you're ready. So I got involved with that, with him helping that stuff out. So they were decently organized. You know what it is? This was their first event hosting. So this is the first time, that they've done something like this. So they were still fairly new. So I was giving them things as much as I could help them out with on direction on, like try and contact these type of people and, what you can get for donations. They wanted to just try and keep it simple as far as like the tailgate food. But Friday night was the initial meet and greet. And that was actually at the hotel, because he had set a block of rooms at that hotel. So we were trying to get as many people to stay at that hotel as possible, which there were a lot of Raider fans staying at that hotel. So it was right downstairs in the sports bar, but supposedly there was a mix up because they didn't sell enough rooms in that block. So they couldn't procure the bar area for the night. But in typical Raider fashion, we said, well, fuck you. You're a sports bar. We're just going to come in anyway. So that's what we did. We just took over their bar. And, I mean, you've seen the pictures. I'm going to do a whole collage of stuff in a few days.
See the shield that we represent. We
don't give a shit. We don't give a shit. Plain and simple. I mean, I think we had probably maybe 50 people in that bar, and it's not that big. But the bartender was getting pissed.
Yeah.
Because one of the ladies that was in there, that's obviously a Raiders fan, she was sitting up at the bar, and then you know how Raider fans are. As soon as one person starts screaming Raiders, that's it. Everybody starts doing it. Well, she was doing it at the bar, but facing the bar towards the bartender, and he didn't like it. So he basically told her to, in not so many words, basically told her, or many words, told her basically to shut the fuck up, you know? So you don't piss off a female, an African American female from LA or from Oakland and tell them to stop yelling at, because you're just going to create problems. So she persisted to walk around to everybody and let everybody know that the bartender was upset with that. So you know what that means? That means we're going to be louder and more obnoxious now. And that's what we were doing. Because, of course, there were all Eagles fans down there and they didn't like it. So, yeah, she went out and talked to the manager. And I'm like, I kind of said out loud, I'm like, dude, not for nothing. Shut the fuck up. Do your job as the bartender. Read the room, bitch. Look at how many fucking Raider fans are in here. You're going to make a fucking killing tonight. You probably killed your tips because you had to open your mouth, because people aren't probably going to tip you as much now because you've been a dick about it, you know? But yeah, that's how the weekend started off.
Okay. Cool.
But,
cool.
yeah, it was good.
And then, so once you got dialed in into Friday night and got accustomed to more, because I noticed you were by the hotel was by the airport. And
there was absolutely anybody staying at one of those hotels near the airport. There was absolutely nothing around there.
So
like no restaurants, no stores, absolutely nothing. Just the airport and hotels. That's it.
Do your Google research on hotels.com before you book your hotel in Philadelphia. All right, gonna catch up on the chat a little bit here. Arnie Garza says, "Salute, Jeff. What's up, Arnie?
What's up,
Welcome
Arnie?
in, brother."
Tyler
A7. Hey, what's up, Jeff? Hope you had a good time on your trip. Raider Travis. Sounds like it was going into LA. Yeah. It could get. I remember one San Diego trip that I made with the Raiders was like that, and so people were bitching and complaining, and finally somebody went and told the hotel manager, "The more you bitch and complain, the rowdier we're gonna get. So either shut the fuck up and let us do our thing. We'll clean up the mess. Don't worry about it." So Cal Sal. See here. We'll get into. We may or may not break into the game because tonight's madness. Kind of, we want to talk about the weekend madness all the way up until kickoff. Because I think once we got to kickoff, Jeff, it was kind of over at that point. But we'll talk a little bit about the game.
I definitely want to talk about the game because I do have some observations. But go ahead. You're running the show. I'm just here.
I'm not running nothing. I'm the coach.
There you are. You're in control.
No, I'm Ed McMahon. Here's Johnny. So you got through Friday night. Tell us what Saturday was like. Give us what your itinerary was from in the morning till the afternoon. Because you already said you went to Mitchell and Ness, and every one of us know who that is, right?
Yep.
So take it away, man. Tell us what you got going on Saturday.
Well, good thing is Saturday everything didn't start till noontime, so we were able to kind of regroup. Dawn and I from the long day before, because a long time in the car, plus the Saturday night thing. And so we got up at a decent time and we Ubered into the city, and we went to the Misconduct, which is a restaurant in downtown Philly, about 2 blocks or so from the city hall. So anybody that's been to Philly, that's where it was. Well, you're asking me something. It was a nice place. It wasn't bad at all. It was a good sized bar. We had a hell of a crowd in there. I mean, they did again, and now I'm seeing, this is where I saw more people than what I saw the night before, because not everybody came to the Friday night thing. So now on Saturday, Raider Wolf is there. Big Tex was there. LV, the Raider Golf Club, he was there. There was so many people at this one. I'm trying to think, there was some guys that were there from New Jersey. that just came for that. They weren't going to the game, but they stopped in. So I mean, it was cool to see a lot of different people that I haven't met before. So that was the other nice thing was interacting with other Raider fans that I haven't been privy to before. So that was a lot of fun. I had
Yeah.
catfish for the first time. Never had it before. It was fucking good.
Ooh. Now you got to have Cajun style catfish. Well, it's just fried
Yeah.
catfish with some
Well, I
Cajun.
never had it before, so I mean, they had it on the menu as a catfish sandwich, but I'm like, I'm not taking a chance on a whole sandwich. Well,
It could be a little hot and burn your tongue if
oh,
it's done right.
I'm not worried about spices. Um, but I went
Oh
with
no, I'm talking about the hot
they were
oil.
like they were like fried, like almost like popcorn chicken of
Mhm.
the catfish, but it was good.
Oh,
You
so
know,
you had the nuggets,
yeah, it was
which
good.
I
I'll tell you
think
what,
is better.
there's one thing I find with catfish though. I'm used to what we get up here for fish and chips, and it's big chunks of when the fish breaks off in bigger pieces. This when you bite into it, it's very fine, like flaky, like it just like disintegrates the
Mhm.
catfish. But yeah, it was good. And that Old Bay dipping sauce that they had, oh my god, that shit was the best. I want more of that.
Yeah. Hey, yeah,
Thanks,
shout
mate.
out to your wife as well for co-hosting your trip for you and keeping you
Yeah,
honest.
you know what? She's owed a big grade of thanks too, because and she even on Sunday at the tailgate, we'll get to that, but she did a lot. She
Well,
was
the good thing about it is that she kept you out of jail, so I can now keep the GoFundMe account that I had set up for your bail. $4.13 we raised for your bail money. It was great.
I will say nobody fucked with me, so I'm good there.
Well, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't. So,
it's because I would have
uh,
beat the shit out of him with this thing. This fucking thing's heavy, man. This would do some damage.
yeah. I'm gonna skim through some of the chat real quick, Jeff, if you don't
Yep.
mind. Raider Nation Jason. By then I'll be back on the wagon. LOL. I think I know what he's referencing, but it's quite a ways back a little bit here. Um, SoCal Sal. I stopped watching the game at the first quarter, Ernie. Yeah, I know a lot of people do that, but for some reason I can't quit watching. It's just the way it is. Sacktown Mike's in the house. Sacktown, welcome,
What's
brother.
up, Mike?
Navy vet and Navy vet 47 in the house. One of our OGs in here. Uh, Always have a great time with him. Uh, then I'm gonna star this message here so we can go back and get it later. I love when the Shield takes over a bar. That you know what, Jeff? Obviously, where I'm at here, only 75 miles from the Oakland Coliseum and inward, it was not uncommon for stuff like that, especially when you got into San Leandro, Livermore, Pleasanton, San Leandro, all
Mm-hmm.
the way into up close to the Oakland airport on a Saturday night. I know we went to we went when I went to LA in 1991. We went down there, and the hotel we stayed at was 15 miles away from the stadium. It was 15 miles from the stadium, and it was packed with Raider fans. And the people that I went with, they like to go to bed at like 8 o'clock. Back then, I go to bed at 9 o'clock at night myself, but they go to bed at 8 o'clock at night. Well, shit, I'm 18, 19 years old, man. I just stood in the parking lot and people watched. It was so hilarious, man. The fun, the shouting and footballs being thrown off of cars and whatnot. So I can just imagine the fun that you guys had there taking over downtown Philadelphia and doing your
Oh
thing.
yeah, yeah.
Let's see
It,
here.
it was
We're gonna
definitely.
go. Let's see here. Trying to find one that's more suitable. Don't forget to hit don't forget to hit the like buttons on both our channels. 401 underscore Raider underscore Jeff and at Raiders First Downs YouTube. Like to get those subscriptions up. Like on my end, I need a lot of help. I mean, I need a lot of help. So if you could be so kind, don't be a hoe. Share the show with your friends, man. Just pass it around. You know, I mean, you guys all. I know everybody used to pass the blunts around in the parking lot. Pass my Raiders first downs. I'll be more than happy to let you do that. Brandon Mull, I guess apparently Brandon Mull was there. Are you familiar with him? No.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Tailgate was fire.
Yeah,
Tailgate
but
was fire.
like I
No,
said, the
that's
snow
probably there
added
was no snow around you guys. It just melted around you
well,
because you
they
guys
did
it was
plow a
hot.
little bit, but yeah, it well with us walking around and everything,
Yeah.
it just dissipated the snow around us.
Nah.
Not when we first pulled in. I'll tell you what, when we first pulled
Yeah.
into that parking lot, oh, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a fucking
Nah.
shit show.
Yeah. Let's see here. Chewy's in the house. Chewy, welcome, my brother. So after we
But
talked
Jimmy,
about after you talked about the Saturday events and and going to that misfit, what was it called again? The
misconduct. So when that
misconduct.
yeah when that was over, pretty much, we left a few minutes before it was ending because we wanted to get over to Mitchell and Ness. And Dawn's looking at it on her GPS on her phone. She goes, "Oh, it says only 11 minutes away." I'm like, "Is that
Mm-hmm.
11 minutes walking or getting an Uber over there?" She goes, "It just says
Yeah.
11 minutes." And she goes, "Walking." And I said, "All right." And I said, "Let's go." So we went
Yeah.
outside. I got my camera set up on my selfie stick and everything, and set it all up, and off we went. So I went live,
Yeah.
and we started walking, and we're walking, and we're walking. And she goes, "All right, we got to go to the next block." I'm like, "Okay." Now I'm looking at my camera on my phone, and I can see how long I've been on already, right? And I'm like, "We're already at 8 minutes, right?" I'm like, "Huh? How far is this?" "Oh, it's just another block over, and then another that way, and then that way." I'm like, "What
Yeah.
the fuck?" Right? So we keep walking. Now she wanted to go to that Christian village in between the two events because there were two events on Saturday. So the first one was misconduct. So we're walking by it, and there's a massive line. I mean, there were thousands of people in the city center. It was insane how many people there were. And I'm like, "Well, there's your Christmas village." She goes, "Yeah, I'm not waiting in line." I said, no,
Yeah.
neither am I either. So then we just kept walking, and we bumped into somebody I knew, and he said to look out for him. And the easiest way to know who he is. Now I knew the guy's name ahead of time. Is he's got a Raiders logo tattoo on the back of his head. He goes, "That's like his pride and joy. He never wears hats." He goes, so I went on his Facebook page. I was already friends with him. I looked at his pictures and I told my buddy, I'm like, "Dude, every fucking picture I look at in his Facebook, he's got a hat on his head." I said, "What do you mean he never wears hats?" Right? So the guy goes walking by me and I see the tattoo and I went, "Hey," and I yelled his name out, and he stopped, turned right around, and we started talking. And if you watch that short live I had an interaction with another set of Raider fans that were walking towards us, and I handed out my stickers like crazy, man. My chapter stickers, my 401 Raider Jeff stickers with the QR codes, man. I was handing those things out like I was handing out candy. It was great. So then I fucked around with some guy that was selling Eagles jersey, like Eagles paraphernalia on the side of the road, like just some guy that just set up a bunch of shit on the sidewalk. So I go walking up to him. I said, "Hey, you got any Raiders stuff in there?" Guy goes, "Raiders? No." That guy's busting his balls. So
The Oakland Coliseum, we had some street side vendors like you. And you know what? To be quite honest with you, probably 50% of my merchandise was bought in the parking lot at Oakland Coliseum. I mean, it was like $5 beanies, $10 t-shirts, $5 hats, necklaces, you name it, And then, true story, me and my buddy were walking across the walkway to go to Bart, right? And this guy was up there and he had a duffel bag with all kinds of hats, and he's standing there, he's trying to act nonchalant. Hats, $10, hats, $10, hats, $10. All of a sudden, some guy out of the crowd, and we're like herding cattle, elbows like this across the walkway, right? All of a sudden, one guy that was like right in front of us darts over towards him, pushes him up against the screen, right? The guy drops the bag and took off, and the guy looks around and he just scooped a handful of hats and kept on walking. I looked at my buddy, I go, I just think I witnessed a strong arm robbery. That guy ain't coming back to report a crime. Let's go. Anyways, got a new one in here. just subscribe.
What's up, brother?
We don't do the fades.
Let's put it this way: that 11-minute walk lasted the entire video.
Nah.
So, and it was 30, just about 33 minutes.
Nah.
But yeah, the store was cool. The Mitchell and Ness store was cool. I took a bunch of pictures inside there too. It's like their flagship store. Obviously, they're going to be heavy with the locals teams too, obviously. But they had a Raiders display up in the window, with Eagles and Raiders, because those are the two teams that were going to be playing. And I'll tell you what, they had this awesome looking jacket. It was an Eagles one. I'm like, what the fuck, right? Some guy's trying it on, and I'm like, dude, I'm like, what the fuck, man? I said, you're an Eagles. Why is there no green on that jacket? And that's why I like the jacket, because the jacket was black, silver, and black, with the Eagles logo on the back, and all done in silver print. I'm like, what the fuck? Stop stealing our shit, man. Why the fuck are the Eagles doing a black and silver and black fucking jackets? It's like, dude, put your gay green on there or something, man. What the fuck? Man, I was like, Jesus Christ, that's a nice looking jacket. Just swap that gay ass Eagles logo out of there.
Yeah. So after you guys were done Saturday night, you guys got all the hoopla going, Black Hole, everything at Misconducts and all that good stuff. The next morning,
well, actually, we went out Saturday night. There was another party Saturday night.
Yeah,
you
could party when out of towners can party all.
Well, luckily,
I saw it the one time. I've been to Vegas one time, and at New York Hotel, and all the other hotels, it was like that all up and down the strip.
Yeah,
but unfortunately, we had Pittsburgh Steelers fans at that.
Yeah. Game. Well, here's the thing, though. The chapter president for Philly, his daughter graduated on Saturday from a school down in South Carolina. So on Friday, I met him briefly at the hotel. Because he was leaving his car at the hotel and then taking the shuttle from there to the airport. He had to fly out of town Friday night. So he came by, dropped off all the giveaways he had for the Modelo stuff for the Friday night party. So I was holding on to it till his VP showed up. So I did get to meet him on Friday, but on Saturday he came back. So his plane landed like around 8:00. So he got dropped off at the hotel. One of his chapter members, Shell, came and picked him up, but he also gave Dawn and I a ride into the city. So we didn't have to Uber in Saturday night. We just helped pay for the parking there. So that saved us a ton of money on the Uber. But we went to an called Ashton Cigar Bar. Great place, man. The cigars were great. A huge selection. And man, that place was packed with Raider fans. I mean, they were. Oh my God, the bars that we went to, man, they had to make a killing off of people because, man, the drinks were fucking flowing. So we took an early stop there, though. That we were out of there by like 10:00. Will and his guy Shell, they were like, all right, we're ready to go. I'm like, yeah, me too. So we left early. We got back to the hotel and just kind of hung around and just didn't do much after that. Went up to the room, and actually I think I was talking to you for a while once I was back to the room. So you guys had just finished doing the Saturday night show at that point.
Yeah, you look dog tired. Let me tell you,
I was beat.
Yeah, I
was wiped.
Now to the big stuff. Wake up Sunday.
I went to bed right after I got off with you. That's how.
Well, you were doing. Yeah, it was like the straw was hitting you in the nose, and you had half your sandwiches up your cheek like this. And
I was exhausted.
I was yelling, "Dawn, get him a napkin! Get him a napkin!" And she couldn't hear me.
No, she was already asleep. She had it.
So you get all that done, wrap it up, get tucked away in bed, turn out the lights, wake up the next morning, got the juices flowing.
Yeah, up at like
you got up about what time? 8, 9 o'clock in the morning.
I wish it would have been. I would have been late. I never would have made it.
Oh, really?
No, she was up at like 5. I woke up at like around 6. Will had messaged me, and I told him, I said, we're up, we're leaving now. And we actually still got to the tailgate before he did. So, but yeah, the driving there, I drove there, and the roads were shit. They hadn't even been touched yet.
Yeah.
So I think I got all-wheel drive, so because we just got right through it, no problem. But we pulled into the parking lot, and the DJ was there before us. He was like the third person in line. And then we pulled in. I had already seen what his car was. He had a big Cadillac Escalade. So I saw him and where he was parked. He was like tucked in with all Eagles fans around him. So I'm like, let's go over there in that corner. So what we did was we took the corner right at the main intersection. So right here, if you go that way, the stadium's right there. The Philadelphia Phillies baseball stadium's right here. And on the other side of the Eagles Stadium is the Xfinity Center where the 76ers and the Philadelphia Flyers play. So all three stadiums are right there, and they all use the same parking lots. So I said, let's park over there by the Porta Johns. There's a break in the fence where we can get in and out, so we can just scoot right out, right over to the stadium. Plus, anybody getting dropped off in an Uber, we would tell them get dropped off at Patterson and Danielson, because you can just get dropped right at that corner, and you walk right in. We're right there. So that worked out perfect. So
yeah, I saw a lot of walk-ups when you were broadcasting. I saw a lot of people walking up.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of vehicle traffic. It didn't look like there was a whole lot of cars around you guys.
No, even there wasn't. Even the parking lot wasn't like jam-packed like you would expect at like a tailgate. So it was decent. But yeah, we set up right away. I put my canopy up just because it was snowing so heavy, and then I fired the grill up. Nobody brought water, because I needed to at least clean clean it off first before we start using it. So if you watch the video, we ended up Dawn scooped up snow in a food tray, and I put it on the grill.
You could use beer too.
No, I'm not wasting beer. They only had 2 cases.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He goes, oh yeah, we got 2 cases.
You only have a 2 burner. You pour about maybe a third of a can on there and
3 burners. I didn't go small, dude. That's a 28-inch Blackstone, man.
That's the one I got.
Yeah, that's what I brought down.
I thought you had the tailgater. It's a 2 burner.
I almost bought that one originally, but then when Dawn saw that one for the same price, the bigger one, I'm like, that's perfect.
Yeah, it was hard to tell because your butt was in the way most of the time. So I'm surprised I could see any of it. But anyways,
what's up, Marcus?
Get the tailgate on, get your groove on, get your pour on, get your grub on. I know with it snowing and being as cold, it probably was like, wasn't probably quite as fun as if it was sunny and 60 degrees.
Oh no, it was still fun. It was still fun. Trust me, we made the best of it. We made the best of it for sure.
But no,
yeah, Marcus, I had a blast, man.
If you could just picture a 60-degree weather in a parking lot like that versus in the snow, you could be a little bit more lively. The attitude, the atmosphere is going to be way different because I'm going off experience. I've been in a Oakland Coliseum parking lot when, especially that Chiefs game. Oh my God, that was brutal. We couldn't even put canopies up because of as soon as you put an easy up, that thing was a kite. Boom! You're going to be chasing that thing for days. Saw a few of them go through windshields of people's cars, and that was not a fun scene, let me tell you. So there was that game in itself. It was funny because we set our barbecue up. In this game, we just took hot dogs and hamburgers. We weren't going to get too crazy because we already knew the weather was going to be crappy, and we did hot dogs and hamburgers real quick. But as soon as you made your hamburger and your hot dog, put some cheese on the plate, grab you a drink, jump in the truck and eat it.
No, it was. I mean, yeah, I would have wished it was, a little bit warmer, but I know Dave said the weather looked good. It looked good when you were watching the game because the sun was out and everything. Like the sun started breaking through before we finished, before we walked away from the tailgate. But if you go back and watch the videos and shit and pictures I took, I mean, it was like a fucking blizzard. Like I could barely, and it was literally across the street from where we were. I could barely even see the Lincoln Financial Stadium. it was such whiteout conditions. It was so bad when we first got there. I was like, this is going to be a shit show.
So real quickly, after the tailgate, what's the atmosphere like in the stadium with the Raider fans?
Well, actually, I got to say this one thing. Somebody asked earlier how Philly fans were, how the fans in Philly were. At the tailgate, they were okay for the most part. I mean, I actually interacted with some of the Philly fans. I went over and purposely talked to them and, you know, to just say, hey, what's going on? And they were tailgating right across from us. But there was this one bitch, man. She parked her brand new BMW right near where we were. And we had, I don't know, probably about 75 to 100 people at this tailgate. It was a huge crowd, massive, you know, and they're all dancing and, you know, doing whatever. And people were putting bottles down near her car. She comes over. I'm not even touching her car because I'm standing there. I'm standing next to Brian. Brian Fowler was there from All In Autumn Win. So I'm standing there talking to Brian, and she comes over and she goes, "Get the fuck off my car." I'm like, bitch, I'm not even touching your car. She goes, "I've been watching you. You've been leaning against my car." I'm like, I'm not leaning against your car. And she starts bitching at me. I'm like, don't fucking bring a BMW to a fucking tailgate. Park it somewhere else then. What the fuck? Don't fucking come over yelling at me. And then now she comes over. Now she starts kicking all the trash. And she's kicking it right out into the middle. You know, bottles are banging off of people. And everybody's looking at her like, what the fuck, bitch? She almost got lynched right there. But the worst thing that happened to us in the parking lot, now he's playing a fucking banger. It was supposed to be the last song he was going to play before we called it quits, right? So as soon as he started, I forget what the song was, but as soon as he started playing it, all the people from Cali went fucking berserk because they wanted to hear this song. So they're fucking dancing up a storm, they're pop locking the whole fucking 9 yards, right? Some Eagle fan, some kid comes over and he's standing next to DJ Chris and he's leaning up against his car. Now I'm kind of seeing this kid. I'm like, what the fuck is this kid doing? I thought maybe he knew him or something. Figure, all right, they're from down here. Maybe it's somebody they know. This motherfucker reaches over. Now, he had a big fucking generator next to him running. This fucking little prick walks over and pulls the fucking plug leading to the DJ booth. So the music dies. Now everybody's like, oh, what the fuck? Now everybody's pissed because the music stopped. And all I hear is Chris go, what the fuck, man? So I look over, and now I see this kid slowly walking away. So I had my shit in my hand. I dropped it on the front seat of the car. So now I start walking over. This kid had about fucking 20 of us almost surrounded him. This kid's mother comes over and grabs him and starts pulling him. And she looked horrified. She looked like she was going to watch her kid get killed, right? He's lucky. He's lucky he did not get jumped because one of the guys that was there had to be held back by about 2 or 3 other Raider fans because this kid wanted to fucking kill him. And when I say kill him, I saw it in the kid's eyes that he wanted to beat the fuck out of this kid. And the mother, you should have seen her face. Talk about the fear of God in her. They were scared. And I'm yelling at the kid. I'm like, what the fuck, kid? I said, of course you're going to be fucking scared. But, you know, the mother, and I'm like, and I see the father. The father's like 30 feet past them. He kept fucking going. The father didn't even come back. So I'm like, what a fucking dick, right? You're not even going to come and defend your family. And he's got the other son with him who's even younger. But, I mean, this wasn't some like 10-year-old little kid. You know, this was like a kid that was like maybe 20, 22 years old. This kid almost got a beat down in the parking lot. I was like, this fucking kid is lucky, man. And like an idiot, he unplugged it and stood there. Like, if you're going to unplug it, fucking run. Because do you not see the crowd in front of you? You're going to get fucking lynched mob, man. Fuck, man. Oh, I thought that kid was dead.
Did anybody tell the mom you ought to teach your fucking kid manners?
Somebody yelled at her. They said, you better control your fucking kid.
He's a grown adult.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was fucking unbelievable. I
wonder if it was actually his mom. wasn't Stifler's mom.
I really thought that kid was going to catch a beating. If the guy they were holding back, I don't know who it was. If they would have let him go, he had him. He was like 10 feet from him. He would have caught the kid. I was like, oh my God.
Yep.
But
A good tailgate is never uneventful, my friend. Never
no,
uneventful.
no.
You know, I wish you could have been there for that AFC Championship game against the Titans. Good.
Oh, I'm sure.
God. There will never be another tailgate like that one. Guaranteed. Yeah, I mean, I literally, and I don't drink a lot of beer. I maybe have one or two at a tailgate, if that, you know. But it felt my eyes, my ears were ringing, my spine was just tingling from. If anybody doesn't remember, Metallica played an impromptu concert in the parking lot at the AFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm.
It was freaking insane, and nothing will ever beat that. Even James Hetfield from Metallica said, besides playing in Russia for the first time, when they played in Russia for the first time, that was probably right up there. Something that he had always wanted to do as a longtime Raider fan. And he got to do it, and the hurdles that they had to jump through to get that to happen. And he goes, and it was like, man, whatever you guys did, there's a reason why I buy your guys' albums. So, anyways, we got through the tailgate, packed all the stuff up.
I apologize, Caddy.
Got the yeah, sorry about that, Caddy. We try and keep it. This is an adult show, really. I mean,
yeah, it even says not for kids, so
yeah. But going forward, you get done with the tailgate. Now you're making your way through and if anybody wants to know, Jeff, being a former fireman, still has what's called fireman turnouts, which is the pants and the boots that are connected. And they're real thick material that, you know, not only does it protect you against getting burned by the flames, but it will protect you in some of the most inclement weather. They get real toasty on the inside.
Oh,
so he had those on. So we know you're not going to get any frostbite anytime soon. So you guys slosh your way up, check in, go through the turnstiles, check in your ticket, make your way to your seats.
Security 3 times. 3 times I had to go through the metal detector. 3 times they singled me out.
They singled you out? It's probably because all the knives and stuff that you have on you.
Well, it's funny because, like, you know, I went through the first time, and then you walk through, then you go like about 50 feet up, and there's a guy there with like an iPad. He goes, "You need to go back." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "You're gonna go see those people over there by the table." I'm like, "All right." Go walking over there. I said, "I was told to come see you." She goes, "Do you have any? What's in your pockets? You have anything metal?" So she goes, "What's that?" I said, "Well, I take my phone out." I said, "It's my phone." And then I had it already hooked up to my battery backup, and then I take that because I had on my pants, I have the thigh pockets, so I had those things stuffed. You know, I had extra gloves in there. I had my chapter flag. I had everything in there, and the battery pack. So I take the battery pack out, hand her that and the phone. Then I go back through again. I come over to her again. She goes, "No, you got to go through again." She goes, "What else do you have?" So I'm like, "Oh shit, I got my eyeglass case, which is metal." So I give her that. And then I give her my earbud case, give her that. Now, keep in mind, I got my vest on, right? I got my black hole vest. That thing's full of zippers and buttons and snaps. My pants have fucking metal, clips on the suspenders, metal clips all over the goddamn pants. So I go back through a second time, still goes off. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I don't know what else I got in here that's going to make it not go off. She goes, "All right, try it one more time." So I'll go back through it the third. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Finally cleared. So now I got to put all this shit back together. Oh, what a fucking pain in the ass that was.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you said that, because if I ever get behind you at TSA, I'm going to fucking hit you in the back of the head. You're going to just hold up the line.
Goes, "Your boots." She goes, "Your boots steel toe?" And I'm like, "No, they're not. But they're Kevlar, so they're not steel toe." She goes, "All right, well, just come here." She takes a stick and pokes the top of my boot on my toes. I'm like, well, what the fuck's that going to do, whether it's metal or not? I'm like, what are you going to do? Plus, there's a metal shank in the heel on those things, so you don't get anything popping through the bottom. So it's like, oh, fuck. The boots alone would have stopped me from going through any place. It's like, what the fuck, man?
All right, so now
Yeah, I'm
you're in
gonna
the
hold it.
stadium. You've already taken all your jewelry off, your earrings,
Oh
your
yeah.
your miscellaneous
Ooh,
piercings that
jewelry. I forgot
nobody
I had
knows
my
about.
chain on too.
What about your
Never,
piercings?
never took that off. And my rings on too. I
What
never
about
took
your
those off. I forgot about those.
what about your
Um,
piercings?
I left the Prince Albert in.
Yeah.
Um, no, it was once we get up to because here's the thing, we bought our tickets literally as we were walking out of the hotel to get to the tailgate. That's when
Yeah.
Dawn finally went through and bought the tickets. We got the tickets that morning for $100 a piece. That were originally the seats we were in would have been about a $400 seat
Cool.
3 days before. The
Yeah.
prices were dropping like a rock.
Yeah. The
So
weather kinds
beautiful.
of will do that too.
Yeah. So I mean, well, look at the competition. You had us coming into town. Already knew we were going to be an easy game.
Yeah.
So Philly fan plus the weather. The weather had a huge. Once the weather was announced, forget it, man. The prices dropped.
Yeah.
Um, so the best part of being in the stadium, in all honesty, was the seats were awesome. Was watching Dawn's face because this is her first NFL game ever being in a stadium. She's never been to a game before. And obviously her first Raiders game. She was smiling ear to ear, probably the same way I was the first time I ever went to
All right.
an NFL game, and she was just ecstatic. You could see it in her face. She was just so happy. I was happy that she was there, and she was happy that we were both able to be there together and everything. So it was a special moment for her, which is why when we got to the seat, I did that little video short of her asking her, what she thought about it and everything. She was just like in awe. Because at one point she looked around the stadium and she just went, "Wow." I'm like, it's pretty massive in here, huh? She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "Holy cow, this place is big."
Yeah.
It's like you don't realize how big a stadium is until you get inside and you actually see the sheer size of everything. And
Yeah.
the TV doesn't do it any justice. So yeah, she was beyond ecstatic. So it was great. It was nice to see her like that.
Yeah. Cool. And then this question's gonna be a quick answer. You get in, you sit down, the game starts. Then what?
It went to shit fast. But one thing I do want to say though, shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles and their team for their announcement they made at the beginning of the game before the game started. They brought up they said, we want to have a moment of silence. We've experienced tragedy here in our own country today or yesterday and in Australia. So they wanted a moment of silence
Yeah.
for what happened in Australia. And I don't know if anybody really knows about this yet. I'm sure it's made national news. The mass shooting that happened here in Rhode Island at Brown University. Two people were killed, and numerous people were injured and wounded from it. They still haven't caught the guy. They thought they caught him down in Coventry at a hotel, but the ballistics didn't match the gun that he's registered to or he had in his possession. So they released him today. So they're still searching for whoever did this. They haven't found him yet.
Yeah. But I
So they did a moment
believe
of
they have an
silence for that. So I thought that was nice that they did that. So that was kind of cool.
yeah.
But yeah, it was. I made mention of what I saw when the teams first came out. Now, obviously, they introduced the visiting team first, and then the Eagles come out and do their whole thing. Our team, a couple players ran out. Everybody else walked out of the tunnel. It kind of had that feeling like, yeah, we're here. Hi. Now what do we do? We made it. I mean, I'm talking guys just walking out there, just like dragging ass. Like they don't even want to fucking be there. And you saw that on the sidelines the entire game. There was no enthusiasm coming from anybody on that sideline. I mean, none. Even the coin toss got fucked up. I don't know. You probably didn't see that. So they go out there, they do the coin toss, right? So the ref says, you're the visiting team. You want heads or tails? They said tails. He flips the coin. He looks at it, and then you couldn't really hear what the Raider players were saying. I think it was Max was out there, AJ Cole, and I don't remember who else was. But I think AJ Cole, because he looked at AJ Cole, he goes, I think AJ Cole might have said, no, we said heads. He's like, no, it's tails. We won it. I don't know why he would even say, oh, I said heads. But we deferred. So we got the ball in the second half to start. Not that it fucking made a difference.
Okay, that we fixed that a long time ago. The referee's supposed to affirm what the call is before he throws the coin in the air.
He said it. So
and then he changed his freaking mind.
Yeah, the Raiders called tails. He flipped it, and then there was like a little bit of a thing going on there. I'm like,
that's when the captain should go. No. We said heads, heads.
What's up to everybody else in the chat that just joined?
Yep.
I see
Russo. 805 joined us. I know he's.
I said hi to him when he popped in.
Yeah, he's got to babysit me. Make sure I got to watch my P's and Q's with him.
What's up, Philly Eagles Fly? Oh, that fucking song, man. I am tired of hearing that song now, too. There's 2 games I've been to in my life where I never want to hear their so-called chant ever again. And that's the Fly Eagles Fly thing. Because after every goddamn touchdown, these bunch of idiots run out with flags, and they're Fly Eagles. You listen to that. Buffalo is the Let's Go Buffalo. Da, da, da. Do you hear that? It's like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when they scored 31 times, they were singing it a lot.
So, how you were talking about they give a moment of silence for that? One of my fondest memories of a moment of silence was right after Eric Turner passed away. After he passed away, that first game, somebody had handed out all these cards to everybody in the stands because I guess they weren't going to do it per se, but right after the coin toss and the captains go to the sideline, it was like everybody started cheering Eric, and it was how we do Raiders, Raiders in the state. When you do that in a stadium, it gets real. It just sounds so unreal. We started doing that for Eric, and I tell you what, there wasn't a dry eye in the stands after that.
That's awesome.
It was amazing.
So like this.
Raiders.
Yep.
That was for Gio.
Yep. So, and that's right about the time that chant started calling out. That Raiders chant would start calling out was when we did that. And every generation has these little nuances. Remember the wave back in the 80s and the 90s, how the crowd around the bowl and all that stuff.
You don't see that anymore.
Yeah, ours was the Raiders chant, man. When we get that going in the stadium, it was deafening, and it was so
even better when you're in a downtown city environment and you just hear it echoing off the buildings, especially if you got a bunch of us out there doing it. Oh, it's fucking great.
Yeah. So let's go. We're kind of behind on the chat, I know, but here is that. That's because you won't shut up.
You just fucking keep popping them up as they come in.
I have been doing that, sir.
Hey, on a good note, anybody that's a Fallout fan, season 2 is actually being released tomorrow instead of the 17th. So I got my day set for tomorrow. I'm watching fucking Fallout season 2 all day tomorrow.
Anyways, question: do you think the Raiders won the last time you attended a game? Because you locked Miss LaFontaine in the car.
Okay, I didn't lock her in the car. Okay,
tell the truth.
So, first of all, the main reason she didn't go into the game in New England is because we couldn't afford tickets at that time because we were strapped for money. I had sunk a lot of my own personal money into everything that we were doing for the events, so I was like wicked short on cash. A friend of hers through her. Well, actually, one of her clients through where she works was able to get 2 free tickets to the game for my son and I. And she didn't want to take the ticket for her. She wanted JT to go in with me. So That's why she didn't really. That's really why she didn't go in. And I needed her there to help with the tailgate because she's our treasurer and she kind of had to be there for that. So it wasn't that I purposely left her outside of New England. So let's get that straight. That's why I made it up to her by being able to go to this game.
Yeah,
So
that's how the police. That's how the police report's going to read, right?
Yeah.
That's what matters. Oh, here's a good one. Fly Eagles fly. Geno for one more year, then Arch Manning.
Hell no to Arch Manning.
No, if we're gonna keep Geno one more year, it's gonna be Mendoza sitting on the bench waiting his turn. That's the way it's gonna be. All right, so we already gave Geomex's Raiders call, right? This one here.
Yes, that's why I did it.
All right. As you keep talking, I keep losing my spot in the chat.
Oh,
Chat, just so you know, it's because of him. It's not Geno's fault. It's Jeff's fault.
Hey, Will, check your Instagram.
Hey, Will, check your Instagram.
You'll see him pop in a minute.
Yeah, whatever.
Because we'll talk the game with him in here.
Yeah, because we're getting ready to talk about the game now that we got through the. I
had a great time. I will say that.
Absolutely, and you know what, my friend, that's what it's about. More, it sucks that you only get 2 hours and 33 minutes of an actual football game, but you have memories of a lifetime of what because those are going to another location like that and an opposing team's environment. And
Afakasi, what's up, my brother?
Yeah.
Afakasi, you back home now?
Yeah. But anyways, we're gonna get into the game here pretty soon. That's if Raider Will wants to pop in and talk game with us. I don't know if AR might be interested in popping in and talking about the game too.
Oh, he's still in the U.S. Oh,
he's Saturday night he was with On 6. He came into our show on Saturday night.
Oh no shit! Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Of course, Aunt 6 wouldn't let him get on the camera. He kept hogging the camera. Wouldn't let Avocasi on there. Felt bad for the guy.
He was on with you Saturday night or Friday night?
Saturday night.
Oh, must have been early then, because I didn't catch the very start.
Yeah, it was real quick. I think it was only about 5 minutes they did that.
Yeah, I mean the game. Like I said, like I said earlier, Raider Paul keeps giving me shit because I spent money to go to that, and I said, listen, it's not so much about spending the money to go to the game. To me, I take the game as a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about being with the Raider Nation themselves. The fans that give up their time to come out to these games, and they're looking for a good time while they're out here. I mean, they're going to find something to do whether we have something planned or not. That's just the way people are. If they can't, if there's nothing pre-planned, they're going to make do, and they'll figure something out themselves.
Yeah.
But when you can have a set, event where they can show up in force, that changes everything. Because then you're keeping everybody together in one big group, and it just makes it so much more enjoyable when you can all be together. And some aren't over here at this place, and some are over here at this one. You mingle all together. You have different types of personalities. You had a couple of different Black Hole chapters there. You had myself and my wife from New England. One of my other chapter members came down, but he was with a bunch of his actual friends that are Raider fans. They were off doing their own thing, which is fine. I'm not gonna be like, oh no, you need to be with us. You do what you want to do. But yeah, it was. We had so many different booster clubs that was there, like the TNBC from Las Vegas was there. Shout out to Marty and his wife and his kids. His kids are absolutely awesome. They are so nice. And so we're at Misconduct, and he's got his wife and his kids there, right? So his son comes walking up to me. He goes, this is for you. So his son gives me the sticker for their daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So she is Lady Liberty. That's her Raider persona, right? And then his son is Surprise Raider. He's a hockey player too. So he gave me that sticker, and then the wife has this one. It's Battleborn Brit, right?
Cool.
And then he gave me one of his patches. They're in the box with all the other patches that we collected. But here's something I didn't tell you guys at the tailgate. So I'm standing there. I got my live feed going, and I look over, and I'm like, who is that? The guy looks familiar. So I go walking over to him. It's Raider Jesse. So anybody that's watches shows and everything, YouTube stuff, everybody knows that Raider Jesse's a a podcaster, a content creator, like myself and Jason and everybody else. So I went over, said hi to him. I caught him on my live with me. Had the moderators that were watching the show. They posted his channel up there for a few times. So that was cool to meet him in person. I've seen him on shows before, and I've seen him with Leo and all the other guys out there in Cali before. So that was cool to meet him. So I was busting his balls. What's the matter? A little too cold out here for you? Dude, when I say he was bundled up and he was shivering, right? Like all I could see was like about this on his face because he had his face covered so much because he was so cold.
Okay.
And then at one point he pulled his mask down and started smiling. So he had showed his whole grill and everything. But also there was someone else there. It was Raiderette Villa was there with him.
Mm-hmm.
So she was in the house too. I said, a little too cold for you too. She goes, yeah, I'm not used to this shit. I said, cold's one thing. I said, but now you add the snow to it, So,
yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty cool meeting him. So,
yeah, as long as you can stay dry, you can still be comfortable.
And that's the big thing. We actually took towels with us from the hotel just in case we were soaked, because, like I said, with that wet, heavy snow, you get drenched from that shit. I guess Will doesn't want to come in. So.
Yeah.
Well, you want to talk the game?
Yeah. Does Africasi want to bounce in?
I can send him the link. Let's see.
El Segundo. That's where our training camp used to be when we were in LA.
Oh, and the other thing too was all right, no problem, man.
He's a little preoccupied.
That was the other thing too was talking with Brian Fowler too, because I saw him week one, at the start of his whole journey. We were the second game for him to cover because he did the Thursday night game week one, and then he was here in New England for the Sunday game, and then to see how far he's gone since then. So him and I were talking a lot about that when we were just having like a sidebar. It wasn't on camera or anything. But yeah, that was pretty cool to talk to him, and because I sent him a message, let him know we were in Lot P at Peterson and Danielson. So he came. He goes, "Oh, I'm glad you sent me that." He goes, "Because I was wondering where you guys were." So he ended up making his way over. So that was cool to see him. I met Myra G in person.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yep. Anybody that knows Myra G from the chats and everything, she's a trip, man. She's awesome. Yeah. She's such a sweetheart. But man. Yeah. She had a blast. She was having a blast out there.
Yeah. So, having said that, we got the chat rolling pretty good. Yep. Thanks to, we've been up to 32, 33 people in the chat, which ain't bad for, we just spot checked this tonight. Put it together, like in 30 minutes?
Yep.
And just said, hey, let's do it. Why not?
Yep.
I wasn't planning. My wife was like, I'm going to watch the movie Dune. I'm not into that movie Dune. So, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you go ahead and watch that movie. I'm going to go upstairs, and Jeff wanted me to get on with him. So,
yeah, make sure you guys get over to Raiders First Downs. That's Jason's channel.
Yep.
Make sure you guys go over there, hit that sub, hit the like, hit the notifications. He's got a new show starting tomorrow.
Starting tomorrow. I will dive into it here shortly. Let me get this going here.
Yeah, Sacktown, man. She was a blast, man. I had a lot of fun meeting up with her, so it was exciting.
Yeah, at Raiders First Downs. Go to youtube.com/ at Raiders First Downs. I didn't put the whole thing in there. I didn't feel like typing a bunch on here while we're talking. because I have a tendency to lose my train of thought when I type.
Aw,
Yeah.
you're old.
Yep. So
What's up, Coach?
So yeah,
What's up?
tomorrow night at
Shield.
5:00 Pacific time, 7:00 Central Standard Time, 8:00 East Coast time. Myself and Donuts Duncan will be rolling out our first show, which is called Raider Nation. Show me your shield. We're gonna do a lot of like what you guys are doing. Preview, review, preview. Do all the rumor talk and opinion talk, and but the biggest thing is what we want to do is we want to create a lot of debate, right? Because I think as we jump around from different content creators, we create debate, and sometimes what I'm thinking today might change my opinion tomorrow, right? And so I think, in all honesty, that we don't learn how to debate. You know what I mean? So sometimes people become so opinionated they can't accept somebody else's opinion, and then decipher it, kind of blend it in a little bit, and go, maybe he was right. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what the take I want to do on it a little bit is, because like with Duncan, the kid's smart as a whip, man, and he's solid on this stuff. So especially as it translates from college to pro, and free agency and all that good stuff that we're going to be talking a lot about for the next 6 months. If you all thought last year was a long off season, wait for this year. It's going to be a lot longer.
If anybody wants to see ahead of time, Donuts Duncan, go watch Friday night show, the Friday Night Live mic drop. I had Will host it, Raider Will. He had Jason on there as his co-host along with Donuts Duncan. I'll tell you, that show Friday night was fucking fire, man. That I'm sitting at the hotel watching this, and I'm like, man, I was watching it pretty much wherever we were, so I could pay attention to see, how everything was going. Dude, that was a hell of a show Friday night. You guys did an awesome job, man. My hat's off to all three of you. You guys fucking killed it. That is the format I want to do on Friday nights going forward. We had already discussed that, and you guys kind of did like a trial error with it for us.
And I want to branch out, not just focus on the Raiders in itself, because that's the heartbeat of what we talk about. But sometimes, we have guys in here like Marcus and some other teams that come in here, and I follow football, so I watch a lot of. I can analyze probably another 12 to 15 teams. I watch, quite well, so I can analyze those. AR, there's my link in the chat.
Do you have Duncan's? I can't find his.
He hasn't got the key yet. We got to get the key. Obviously, Duncan, they just had their baby last night. So I'm hoping he can join me tomorrow. Promises are that he should be able to join me tomorrow night. They're still at the hospital. But, with babies, I think they do the release about 1:00 sometime in the afternoon.
Hey, look at this guy catching a touchdown for the Dolphins. I wish we had a guy like him. Just like that guy that played last night for Green Bay. A hell of a running back on that Green Bay team, man, huh? Kid's awesome. Wish we had a guy like him, too. Oh, wait,
he just hurt his hamstring again.
Who? Waller? Oh.
I'm surprised he even has hamstrings left as many times as he's pulled it.
What's up, Nugget Overdose?
Nugget Overdose, hey, great guy.
Yeah, because that's what I want to do on Friday nights. Friday nights format's going to change after the new year. It's not going to be like everybody pull up and we're going to have 8 people on the screen. It's going to be more regimented on Friday nights. It's going to be all fans inclusive, so it's not going to be just Raider fans. It's going to be open NFL wide. So if you're a fan of the Dolphins and you want to come on the show and we talk Dolphins, go for it. That's what we're going to do. That's going to be the format going forward. No more of this, a free for all people talking over it. It's getting to be too much. But yeah, it'll be just as always fan interaction with the chat and everything. And I want to broaden our horizons a little bit more and make this a little bit more open to other teams. You know,
A little tidbit, little eye opener on my show starting tomorrow. In case you guys are all interested, is I'm gonna because I've gotten some good ideas from Afakasi, and I hope you guys don't mind.
What's up, Raider Ben?
Each and every content creator that I've been exposed to, that I've really watched a lot of and paid attention to, I'm creating banners specifically for you, and I'm dropping your links into my description on my channel because I owe it to you guys for me getting involved in this. So I hope you don't mind. If it does bother you, let me know. I'll take it out. But in the most part, as you see down at the bottom here, Raiders First Downs is scrolling on the ticker. I'm going to have your guys' channel periodically scrolling on my channel just to kind of give you guys kudos. And that's to everybody. Raider Nation Live, Navman, 401 Raider Jeff, Afakasi, Cage Match Show, all those guys. I'm going to put those under. So when my guys come on, because I'll probably have a lot of people that never really followed the content creators that are going to come on. Maybe they can catch one of you guys and you pick up a cup.
I appreciate that.
Couple subs. Afakasi,
I'm gonna plug you guys too, just like I do anybody else. So
yeah. So to kind of give you an example of what I'm going to be doing here is this will be showing here on my ticker all the time. It'll be rolling all down the bottom of my screen. These are all content creators that have given me pride and joy to be a part of your guys' family.
Cool.
Huh?
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah. So, because you guys deserve it, man. I'm new to the game.
Is he listed as 805 Raider that way? I thought it was Real Talk on YouTube.
That is straight clip from the URL.
Oh, okay.
So that when you go to his channel and you look at the URL, that's what's there. So it's I just cut and pasted into this. This one right here, some of you guys might know, is Rodney Allaboard Raiders. He's also on Patreon. If you go to Patreon, subscribe to his channel on Patreon, he puts out great content. If we could just get him to quit wearing a Utah Jazz hat, because he lives in Utah, mission accomplished, right? We also got, Chris from Protect the Shield, and then none other, the skipper himself, 401 Raider Jeff. I got to get Wills. I don't have Wills yet. Not that I forgot, and I know he's backstage listening. Just get you an extra sandwich and something to drink while you're back there. We got hors d'oeuvres, crackers, just sliced cheese. Just stay right there. We'll get to you in a minute. Okay. But
805's awesome. I definitely want to meet him in person. I'm pissed I couldn't get to meet Afakasi because, man, when am I ever going to get a chance to do that? You know what I mean? It just sucks that
I just want to hug him. But Afakasi gave me a great idea, and there will be a trivia game show at the end. Now, I'm not copying you, Afakasi.
There it is, right there.
I am copying an old television show that used to be on VH1. That used to be I don't know if you remember on VH1. It was what was the name? What was the name of the show? It had Eddie Trunk. That Eddie.
I don't know, but you're gonna stop talking. We can bring Will in.
No, I'm not worried about Will. I'm really not worried about Will. But anyways, I created a game show that's going to be called Stump the Trunk. Stump the Trunk. Not Trump, Trunk. So the chat is going to find the questions to ask me to test my knowledge.
Ah.
Woo!
But just in case that's Donuts Duncan's
there it is.
YouTube channel, make sure you guys go and subscribe to him. Hit that notification. Hit the sub. because that's going to be starting tomorrow night. Jason and Donuts Duncan are going to be doing the Show Me Your Shield show on Tuesday nights. So make sure you check that out. And I love the fact that you're going on at the time you are, because I can watch you guys, because then I'm on with the other knucklehead down the other end there, Will.
So I got one. I got one subscriber.
There you go.
I'm 99 away from 1,000.
Dave, what did you mean about helping you dial in? Well, I don't know if you're meaning. I don't know. Hit me up. Hit me up on Facebook.
Let me get back to the comments.
Thanks for being here, brother. I don't know when you're leaving, but whenever you do, if I don't talk to you before that, you have a safe trip home, man. So you be careful.
Hey, why don't Afakasi? Why don't we do this? Why don't, before you leave, we don't know when you're leaving, shoot a text to Jeff and see if we can do a show before you leave, because there's some things we want to ask you. And, it's been a while since you've done a show, so think about that. Or when you get back to Australia, let us know, and we'll plug in. Oh, the captain's in here now.
Apricasi, you a fucking legend, bro.
What's up, Rafa?
El Capitan Rapucho.
What's up, Rorschach? I see you. Jeff was complaining about Eagles gear that look like the Raiders, then Will rolls in with the Raiders gear that looks like.
Doesn't that look like a Cowboys jersey?
It does.
What the hell?
It does.
What flea market did you get that
at? Bro, this is custom, bro. It's a two-tone custom.
Well, you need to uncustom it. Take a marker and black out that white that's on there.
Hey, haters gonna hate, bro. Haters gonna hate.
I'm not hating. I'm just making sure nobody else offends you. I figured if I do it first, nobody else will.
Shit. Oh, shit. Here we go.
What's up, Elon? I see you, brother.
What's going on?
So, anyways,
Dave, put me up, man. We'll talk.
So, anyways, Will, we got about 20 minutes left here in the show tonight. Will's going to come in.
That's before he bails out. I got all the time in the world.
No.
Hey, bro, don't you start this, bro.
You made the mistake of showing me how to. You made the mistake of showing me how to end the stream, Jeff, the right way.
You found that yourself that day.
Anyway,
did I ever tell you that one, Will? We're in the middle of a live
he knows
show.
about it.
He goes, all right, I gotta go, and he clicks on end stream and he shuts our show down. In the middle of our show, we were rolling too. I had to make another whole studio. Dumbass.
It happens when you're on vacation.
Question for you, because we already got to Jeff. He's in the stands. He's sitting there. He's got his wife with him. They watched the kickoff, and basically take it from the kickoff and just kind of give us your overall take of the first quarter.
Overall take? Bro, I'll be like, can we just call it trash? It's just trash. Bro, total 67 yards the whole game?
I think it was 75.
Come on now, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, it's pathetic. It was literally a straight belt to ass BTA. I'd be like, Jeff just saw the second fastest game in NFL history. That's how bad an ass whooping it was. And if we're really going to talk about it, man, let's be real. It's not just one quarter.
It would have been the fastest game in history if we didn't take that timeout when we did. I don't know why we did, but if that timeout wasn't taken, that game would have been over in no time.
I think Pete Carroll wanted to line up a field goal.
I don't know why the fuck they took that timeout at the end.
This is the stupidity behind it. Right?
Take a field goal.
Literally, we're looking at another 31-0 ass whooping, guys. This is not just belt to ass. This is a total implosion of the team. Pete Carroll was fucking delusional when he thinks that he hasn't lost the team. You can't tell me that this team is 100% locked in and giving you 100%, Pete Carroll. Because I'm going to tell you like this. When your team is arguing on the sideline, when there's no flow to your offense, when your defense is killing itself and then making mental mistakes, this is exactly what happens. A total implosion. 3 times this year, we've been shut out. 3 times this year, we have been made to look like a junior varsity squad on a football field. I'm telling you, there's some 8th grade teams that are more efficient. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't see a game. What I looked at was practice. This was practice because the Philadelphia Eagles just came in and basically rolled over their practice squad.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, at the end of the day, man, it's a far superior team. They're better coached. They have more depth. And we got exposed.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, yeah, it was just 4 quarters of, pathetic football.
No.
Yeah, Jeff, I love you, bro, and I hate you had to go watch that.
What about you, Jeff? What was your
Yeah, like I said,
there.
it was all about who was there with us,
No, absolutely.
Well, I told you when the game when the teams came out of the tunnel, obviously Oz was. Like I said, they came out flat. Just they just walked out, man. A couple of players ran. I don't even think Max ran out there, if I'm not mistaken. I got it on video. I'd have to pull it up. It's on my phone. But yeah, man, it just there was no spark on the sidelines. Players were just like all in different groups and like separated. Like Max would come off the field and he would go to the furthest away from us at the end of the Raiders bench by himself. He didn't talk to anybody. Didn't even talk to coaches. Nothing. I can't tell you how many times they ran Tyree out on the field in place to replace Max. And every time Max was like, because I keyed on that. I saw that. So Max is standing in the huddle. He's got his back to the Phillies offense, and Tyree comes running out. He sees him, then he's like, he waves him off, and Tyree just turns around and runs off the field.
No.
At least 3 times that I saw that happen. I was like, I'm like, Max doesn't even want to come off the field, and they're losing so bad. It was just a shit show, man. Bad tackle. We never even got close enough to score. Not even attempt a field goal.
But there was one time we could have kicked a field goal. We went for it on 4th down.
Dude, yeah, I'll tell you what. He would have missed it.
About a 47-yard field goal, but it was 47 yards.
That wind inside that stadium was
not inside Lincoln Stadium.
Was so strong. I mean, it was a windy day. I told you, we broke down. Dawn and I broke our stuff down first. As soon as I took our canopy down and threw it in the car, the DJ's canopy almost took off because the wind was that strong at that point. Because the wind was fine when it was snowing, but once the snow stopped and the sky started to, the clouds broke and the sun was coming out, the wind just came out of nowhere. Because even walking into the building, the snow blowing off the roof and everything, you were getting blinded from that. His canopy lifted off the ground. Luckily, someone was standing there. Dawn, one of them, ended up grabbing it so it didn't take off. So I'm like, I'm so glad we put ours away already. No. So, yeah, I mean, that fucking wind was whipping. He would have missed it.
Yeah. And my overall take when watching the game was
what's up, Raider Paul?
Was the lack of emotion, the lack of intensity, the lack of the will to play. No pun intended, Will, but the lack of will to play. You can see there's a handful of guys out there that still care about trying to win. And then the rest of them, it's like they're going through the motion. It's pathetic.
Don't kick him. That was funny. I saw Mike say, be careful. What's up, Aaron?
But yeah, it makes it hard for us to cheer or root for them when they're just nonchalant about. It's like they don't care. And I'm to the point now. If you don't like it, take the shield off the side of the fucking helmet. Go out there with a naked helmet and play because you ain't representing us.
So I want to say one thing. Will mentioned when he got in here 60, whatever the total odds was at the end. So you want to see something that's depressing. So where I'm sitting on the Raiders side. So I'm behind the Raiders bench and tucked in the corner. I had great seats. The view was phenomenal from where we were. I could see everything with no problem. So on that far end of the stadium, they have their Jumbotron up there. And then to the left of that, they have the game info. So they have Raiders, Eagles, time of possession for each team, showing the whole game. Total rushing yards, total passing yards, total yards, and then turnovers for both teams. So I'm watching that throughout the game. You talk about just like a big fuck you to the fan of the opposing team. What's up, Cool Kev? Watching that keep going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Like you get ahead in pause, you'd have, like 20 yards rushing. Next thing you know, it's up to 35. And then boom, it's back down to 28. Passing yards. Oh, we're up to 80. Oh, no, boom, we're back down into the 60s again. It just watching those numbers just going up and down, up and down, up and down. And then you're watching theirs go up and up and up and up and up and up and up. It's like, I kept keying on that for some it's like a train wreck. I couldn't stop but look at it. And I kept saying to myself, why the fuck do I keep looking at that? You just got to get pissed off even more. Yeah. That was driving me nuts more than what I was watching on the field, because now I can equate to what I'm seeing on the field. Oh, makes sense, because I can see it right there. I can see the numbers. I know how bad we are without even looking at the game.
Hey, Jeff, real quick.
God. Right there. Right
Pitiful Steam X right here. This one here. On the count of 3, we need to give him a Geno salute. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, go ahead. What were you talking about?
But you know what, Jeff? That just goes to show how pathetic we are. Literally, Saquon Barkley by himself had more offensive yards in total than our whole football team. This is all 11 players on offense couldn't create more offense than Saquon Barkley by himself.
Nope.
And that is absolutely pathetic.
Yep.
And I'd be like, when Kenny Pickett comes out and says, hey, we're running the same stuff. We're running the same stuff. We got to change it up. The defense knows our kids. You're the quarterback, bro. Can't you call something else? Can't you make the line changes? Can't you make adjustments? I'd be like, give me a freaking hot call. Give me something. I'd be like, if you know that they are already going to jump on that play, then why are we not changing that at the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be like, and if we're that pathetic that we run the same play and we still can't execute it, then what are we doing, man? And this is where I'm looking at the offensive line. Bro, we got worked. Kenny Pickett was running for his life.
Oh, yes.
This wasn't like, let's go. Dude, it's crazy to me. Jason, I don't know about you, man, but I was watching that offensive line, whatever it's supposed to represent, but it seemed like to me like every single guy was getting worked on individually. It was like, hey, you know what? This time you're going to go. Oh, this time you're going to go. Bro, it was pathetic.
There was one play where when
Raiders, who the fuck put that up? There were no touchdowns.
I didn't put that up there.
I didn't.
Well, it might have just popped up. I might have put it up there. Shit, I don't know. I'm just pushing buttons, having a good time. Hey, but there was one play specifically when Kenny Pickett got sacked by Brandon Graham. Brandon Graham got across the face of Kappa. Kappa turned. He's already sacked him, and Kappa is still like doing this little shuffle. You ever see a fat old man shuffle to the bathroom like he's trying to hold it in? That's what he looked like. He's just shuffling towards the quarterback, like this little duck walk.
So much.
What the fuck? I almost at that point said, don't even bother. Just let Kenny Pickett get up by himself off the ground. Don't even help. You helped him get on the ground. Don't even help him up. All right, you done fucked up, dude.
The technique is so bad, Jason. The technique from the offensive lineman is horrendous. Kick steps, I like it. Hand placement. I'd be like, it is bad. I'd be like, this is fundamental football that you learn in elementary school. Okay, I'd be like, I wasn't the best blocker, but I can block better than that. I know where your hands are supposed to go.
Nah.
I'll be like, that's the thing. We make so many small mistakes that are so fundamental that it's sad. It's like we're a fucking third grade football team.
Yeah, and I know Hondo Carpenter challenged Pete Carroll in the press conference about the intensity of the game, and he got real snippy with Hondo about it. I thought it was a good question. It was like, oh, finally somebody challenging him of what everybody else is seeing. Everybody, we can see it, and and now that Jeff adds to it, because we didn't see him come out the tunnel, Jeff saw him come out the tunnel, and they were lollygagging out onto the field. So that in and of itself tells you right then and there was no motivation. They got up. They just went to Philadelphia because they had to get a paycheck. And the sad part about it is, I think Philadelphia knew that, and they just said, all we got to do, we'll just get to a certain score, and that's it. And the game's over. And that's why I was in somebody's chat. I don't know. It might have been my Discord chat that I was in, where I texted, it would be a damn shame if Philadelphia ran a tush push the rest of the game from the 10-yard line and still scored a touchdown before the game was over. You know what I mean? Or going to victory formation with 10.5 minutes left in the game.
Hang on, Rorschach. I'm going back now.
And this is why, Jay, I think, like, I'll tell you like this. This is why I don't think Pete Carroll will be here next year.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, he's not going to be here.
So, I'll tell you guys like this, right?
Go ahead, Will.
Okay, so I'll tell you guys like this. I'm not on the high and fire like all sorts of coaches' trains. As you guys know, I am a coach. and I've come and I said it like, yo, you have to look at what he said.
Las Vegas Raiders do not have the energy that Raider Will has. I don't believe anyone has unless you're effing high as a kite.
That's the thing,
right?
We didn't see any energy. You didn't see any energy out of this team. This team has quit on Pete Carroll. You want to see change. You want to see some progress by now. Pete Carroll is still talking about, oh, my guys fought hard. They're just a better roster. Well, you're the one that at the beginning of the season came out and said that you were going to win a lot with this same roster. Mm-hmm. You're the one that at the beginning of the season made 0 moves and brought Alex Kappa and brought Geno Smith and all your boys from freaking Seattle just to show this fucking product on the field. Yeah. So don't sit here and tell me like, hey man, they're just a better roster and we were a better team last year. We were a better team last year and we downgraded our roster.
Yeah.
And we made draft picks that you haven't used.
My final thought at this point is, do I think they're going to fire Pete Carroll? Yeah, I do. And I really, truly think that they're probably going to do some type of buyout retirement thing because
that's the rumor.
Pete does. Oh, they're already talking about it?
Yep,
yeah. And I said that weeks ago. I said that they should.
We talked about that.
Yeah, that they should just, come to an agreement with him, give him the honor and the respect to say, I'm retiring. And we save face as an organization and not have to fire another coach. And he saves face in the embarrassment of being fired, knowing what he's done in his past within the NFL and in the college ranks, it's only fair in a way, I think. He never should have been hired. He was put in a real tough predicament. And I really think the game's past him. It just seeing him on the sidelines yesterday, he looked like a lost soul out there. No. He really did. I can't even explain.
You just said something so key.
I visualized.
Jeff, you just said something so key. Your head coach looks like a lost soul. How the fuck are your players going to look? Are they going to look engaged? Are they going to be fired up to play? Are they going to know that you're executing? No, they're going to be the same thing. And when you're 2-4 I don't even know now. 2-11,
Yeah,
2-30. I mean, like it
I think we're
feels like
2-12. Yeah,
What's up, Martinez?
2-12. Tell
Yeah,
me
so-
what motivation you're going to have to play.
So, having said what I said earlier about I think that they're probably going to buy him out and let him walk out peacefully. To add to that, also from his side, from his perspective, is going to be they're going to go into full they're going to come out. The front office is going to say we are in rebuild mode, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be mutual at that point because Pete is not in any way, shape, or form in his career ready to take on a rebuild. It's just too late in the game for him. You know, now if Pete Carroll was 55, 60, and we were in this situation, and he just joined us with the pedigree that he has, excuse me, and he had the pedigree that he has, and he just joined us 55 to 60 years old, he might have a little bit of time to help us through a rebuild.
I can't find it. Then it's already probably going off the screen.
But what was the question, Jeff?
No, Rorschach said something. He said, "Read my last post," and I couldn't find it. I found that other one. So our team mantra went from compete to incomplete. Yeah. Well, and that's what I said a couple of weeks or last week. I said, our big tagline used to be "Just win, baby," and commitment to excellence. Mm-hmm. When have you heard either one of those used recently? And you can't.
What are you going to tag?
You can't say those because "just win, baby" isn't even a thing anymore right now. Because basically, it's just lose, baby. Because that's all we're doing is losing. We're not committed to anything. We're not even committed to mediocrity. We're below mediocrity. We're committed to incompetence, is what we are. Commitment to excellence. That's not a saying right now. We need to get back to that. No. We need to get the team back to where we can confidently say, "Just win, baby," and commitment to excellence. Because I honestly can't go on a show and say, "Oh yeah, just win, baby," or with a commitment to excellence. How can you can't endorse that because it's not it. We're not even close to being either one of those two sayings anymore. It's pathetic. And what I saw Sunday absolutely solidifies what's going on with this team. Like I said, there was just such a disconnect from everybody on the sidelines. Everybody was just kind of wandering around aimlessly. I wish I could have a video set up and just show you the sideline the entire game to see what I saw. Unless someone else said something differently and I didn't see it or I'm making shit up. But that's how I felt watching that.
I guarantee it was the same. It was the same as what it was last year when I went to the Raiders-Pittsburgh game. The sideline, it literally seemed like it was AP was on the sideline and everybody else was back by the bench.
What game was that? Like, what was our record at that time?
Oh, two and whatever. We had 2 wins at that time.
Yeah. So it was like around mid-season. I don't remember when we played them. That's
it was in October. I think it was week 6 or 7. It was in October, mid-October. So it was AOC was our starting quarterback, and it just it was cool the first drive. I mean, we ran it down their throats, and all the Steelers fans were like, "Oh crap," because it was we ran the ball like 6 times and scored a touchdown, and then that was it. That was it. Done.
It was funny. Here's a real funny part on what happened at the game too. When they went for it on 4th down at the goal line, and we stopped them, and we got the ball on like the 1 foot line.
Mm-hmm.
And now where Dawn and I were sitting, we were the only 2 Raider fans where we were sitting. There was literally no Raider fans around us. They were in the next section over, and then further way down in front of us by like about 6 rows. I didn't see any Raider fans sitting around us. So I had these 2 guys sitting behind me that are Eagles fans, and those are their season ticket seats. And these guys were big. All right, they were taller than me. They were stockier and heavier set than me. And I was just praying to God that they weren't going to be an issue, and they weren't. They were nice as could be, right?
Yeah.
So when we get the ball at that spot, I turned around and said to him, I said, "You guys are going to get 2 points right now." He goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "I guarantee we're going to give up a safety here." I said, we're gonna do something stupid, and we're gonna turn it. You're gonna get us in the end zone, either sacking us or you're gonna tackle Genty. First play, Genty runs it, and he got about a yard, I think, or 2 yards.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, all right, well, maybe we are gonna move the ball out of here at least a little. We didn't go far. I think we got a first down, and I think we got maybe another 5 yards after that, if I remember correctly. I mean, the whole game was a blur.
Yeah.
Because it was just such a shit show.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, when you watch Philly do what they did on offense, I mean, watching Saquon run that ball is like, God damn. The fans were pissed at him early on because he wasn't running it effectively. You know, it's like, it's not all him, man. Your O-line's not giving him the best blocking situations either because he was getting tackled for losses or stopped at the line. I mean, so it's not just Saquon.
Yeah, I think that was one of the things in the game that I did notice is we did have our front line actually had some type of control over the running game, not with Jalen Hurts. So he leaked through, but for the most part, it looked like they had a good grasp of it. But they were still getting first downs. You know, it was like, come on, guys. You know, it's like, you know, 2nd and 6 needs to be 3rd and 6, not 3rd and inches. Okay. So, and I don't know how many times this has happened this year, but it's become ridiculous how a team can just sit there and grind and grind and grind and grind and grind on you and score a touchdown. And you look up at the clock and it's like, wow, that took all of about 13 minutes on that drive. And then
It just got worked.
Yeah, but the thing of it is you can't blame it on the offense for the defense being out on the field all that time because they took the kickoff and went down the field for 9 minutes. So who was on the field? Who couldn't get off the field?
Exactly.
The defense couldn't get off the field. So a lot of people, you know, a lot of times I hear fans go, well, if our offense could just sustain a drive and keep the defense off the field, excuse me, they were on the field to start the game.
Yeah.
And that ain't the first time that's happened. That's happened several times this year.
You tend to want to when you're on the road, you rather defer. So, I mean, I get that part. But you also want to put your best unit out there first. And in our case, unfortunately, our defense is our best unit, which shows you have no hope or faith in your offense, first of all. You know, but I'm just going to hit you with some stats here, right? So total time of possession was 20 minutes, 35 seconds for the Raiders. The Eagles had it 39 minutes, 35 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
First downs, we had 7 first downs. They had 27. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Third down conversion, we were 3 for 12. They were 10 for 13.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. We had 46 total rushing yards. They had 183.
Yeah.
We got dominated.
Here's the worst one. You ready for this one? Net passing yards. 29 net passing yards for us. 204 for them. We were 15 for 25 on attempts and completions. They were 15 for 18. Yards per pass for us, 1 yard. For them, 10.7.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff, I'd be like, we got exposed, bro. Our corners got exposed. They got used.
We've got nothing. That's the whole thing. There's nothing to expose when you've got nothing.
Basically, they just manhandled us. If you look at us, Booker is a starter for us. Booker was a second stringer. That's who they practice against, probably.
Dude, how sad.
This is how far superior they are.
Brandon just mentioned it. Just look at the first TD, a little flip shuffle to Goddard. Their tight end scored twice on us in a running play.
Yep.
Both running plays.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't catch it. Wasn't catches, wasn't passes. It was handoffs to their tight fucking end running in touchdowns on us. That's how much they toyed with us. That they pulled out that shit. Unbelievable.
Just look at the touchdown that Crosby and Devin White are arguing. That's how dysfunctional we are. One of them crashes. And that's what Pride Max was telling him. I told you I was going to crash. You have to get that contained. You have to get to that edge. If I do this, and then they can't get it together. They're never on the same page. It's like the left hand doesn't talk to the right hand. Jeff, this is so to the point where, like, bro, I feel like I don't know if you guys ever heard of like numb, or I guess I'll just call it like this. It's called like numb. I'm just numb to it now. I'm looking at it and I'm saying, we're just that bad. We suck.
I will say,
who are
I will say this. So, Will, you were there with me. We were there for week 1, and we saw what we saw then. Okay, and even that, we still had our different, our opinions on what we saw. Yeah, we won. We did some right things. We did some wrong things. So we still weren't a perfect team. I will say this. From what I saw week 1 to what I saw yesterday, it looks like it's a whole different – it looks like we replaced everybody, and they've never played football before compared to what I saw week 1.
And we don't have that many people out injured to justify that.
No.
It's pretty much the same guys.
That's how different – we looked from week 1 to now. It was so bad yesterday. So bad. It was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
So anyways, 34 people in the chat. 35, 36, going up a little bit here.
Oh,
let's go.
This is what Rorschach said earlier. He goes, "Hey, Jeff, I feel so bad for you that you spent your money on tickets for that shit show. You're going to put all that money into a pile, lit it on fire, and would have had a better time watching it burn. It would have been warm from the fire. At least I wouldn't have been freezing my nuts off." But
I had season tickets the year we had Jamarcus Russell. I watched a lot of those games. It was horrible.
I went to New York City to watch him play the Giants, and we lost 44-7 in that game with Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something, though. I like what Jeff said about it earlier. It's not about just going to the game and watching the game and watching the game.
Sorry, Mr.
It's more about the experience.
Yeah,
it's more about you going, and I'll be like, hey, Jeff, we saw you having a blast. I mean, like, you literally logged in, and it looked like that party was jamming. Every single person that flew in for Raider Nation to go support the team, regardless of whether we're winning or losing, was there. And it's going to be the same thing in Houston. It's more about going and meeting up with your Raider family and enjoying the time together.
Yeah.
But just my opinion on the games.
All right,
anyways, we're at 2 hours, Jeff.
Yeah, we're going to call it, but I want to pull up some pictures that I just downloaded quick from I sent it to myself in my phone. So this was before we went to the stadium. This is Dawn. Let me shut this off here so you can see it all. So this was her standing outside before we walked in. So as you can see, it was sunny out. It looks like it's nice out, but it was still fucking freezing. The wind right there was unbelievable. So, and then this was her once we got into the seats. Obviously, you can see she had a smile on her face from ear to ear. She was so excited to be there. This was during the game. They had the guys behind us take a picture of us.
Awesome,
as you can see,
man.
I'm wearing pants and that. I got my old fire turnout gear on, so I was nice and toasty.
Wow, this guy, you wore pants. Bro, I thought you were hardcore. Whatever happened with the shorts?
Dude, if I had shorts on underneath that, I did. Let's put it this way. I started off in shorts, but when we first got there, I threw those on because of the snow and everything. I didn't want to be walking around with soaking wet feet from the sneakers. So I put that on, and then I had a different gray Raiders sweatshirt on over me. So basically, I knew I was going to change before I went into the game. So let me just put us over here like this. But before I got dressed like this to go in, I'd taken my vest off, I took my sweatshirt off, and I had just a sleeveless shirt on. So I was walking around the parking lot in the freezing cold with just my sleeveless shirt on, before I put this stuff on to go into
I know,
the game.
Jeff.
So I'm walking around and I'm flexing and I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, it's cold. So here's a quick picture of somebody walking off the field at the end of the game. There he is. So
I feel bad. I actually feel bad for him. Really, I do. I think he took on something that he wasn't ready to take on.
He was way over his head with this team.
Yeah.
This just wasn't good for him.
Because
Obviously,
if you really dig into the whole totality of it, the rebuild started in late 2022, early 23, and it hasn't stopped. It's just they're trying to fool us with this crap.
Yeah.
And until they get the front office and the coaching staff stabilized, this is what's going to happen. And the last thing we need is a part-time owner trying to run the show from the Fox booth. So let's get our heads on straight. Let's recalculate what we're doing here and do it the right way. But having said that, Jeff, we're over 2 hours. We've had a great time.
I got one more picture to bring up. This was Dawn's highlight this was her highlight of the weekend. Okay. She got up to go to the ladies' room, and when she came back, she had a smile from ear to ear. And I'm thinking, like, why is she so happy? What the hell's going on? I'm like, did we just like win something? Like we're getting upgraded to like the club seats where we're going to be inside, nice and toasty and warm, and have free food and everything, right? So I'm thinking something happened, right? She goes, "You won't believe who I just met." So I'm thinking, I have no idea who the fuck she just met. She went to the bathroom. Where the fuck? Who could she have met in the fucking bathroom? Her.
No, Ashton Jitty's girlfriend.
Yep.
That's cool.
She looks just like Bridges' wife, the vice president for the Philly chapter. So she goes, "Oh, you're Bridges' wife, aren't you?" She goes, "No." She goes, "But I'm Ashton Genty's girlfriend." She goes, "Really?" She goes, "I gotta get a picture with you because my husband will shit a brick if I don't get a picture of you because he won't believe me." So she took a picture of her. They were in the ladies' room taking this picture. So she comes back. She goes, "I'm not Ashton Genty's girlfriend. I'm no shit." So she shows me a picture. I'm like, "Yep, that's her," because I know what she looks like.
Dude, that's so dope.
I'm like,
that is
awesome.
So freaking awesome.
So she takes the
Don. We love you.
She gets the picture, right? Or she asks for the picture, and his girl goes. She goes, "But I'm not a celebrity." She goes, "You're Ashton Genty's girlfriend. You're automatically celebrity status because you're dating an NFL player, and the number one pick for the Raiders, and Raider fans love him, and they're gonna love you. So you're already a celebrity." Yeah. So so she ate it up. So that Dawn had fun, whether people believe it or not. She had a good time. So
good.
It was a great weekend.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I'm so happy that you guys did that, bro. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a lucky bastard. I've seen it.
That's a good one right there.
But I will put one thing to rest on my Philly experience. The Philly fans are not what they're made out to be. I'll tell you that right now.
I heard they're.
I initially I said I would probably never go to a Philly game, and then when the chance came, I'm like, maybe. And then that's one thing that was weighing in the back of my head is like, what type of experience am I going to have inside the stadium with these Philly fans? Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? What's it going to be? So I rolled the dice and we went for it. And it's also a big risk for me because I'm taking my wife in there. I'm not just going in with a bunch of guys to watch the game. I'm going in with my wife, who I have to be number one, A1 protector of her to make sure she's safe. So if anything happens, she's my first priority. I don't give a fuck what happens to me. Mm-hmm. As long as she's safe, that's all that matters. Anybody starts picking on her, then I'm going to be arrested, and Jason would have had to kick up that GoFundMe because she's my everything. Everybody knows that. Will knows that. He's met her in person. She's my everything. She's my rock. So that was my biggest worry. It wasn't about my safety or my health. It was making sure she was safe. And she had a blast. She had a good time. Yeah, right. It's a good thing. By the way, I didn't want to drop your boyfriend, by the way. So it was a good experience. So the Philly fan. The only time any Philly fan yelled at us or said anything nasty was when we were walking out. we were walking up our stairs, and from the club seats, the windows were open, and these three younger asshole Philly Eagles fans were screaming down at us. And I said to Dawn, "Did you even hear what they said?" She goes, "No, they're too drunk. They're slurring so bad I can't understand a word they're saying." So we just got walking. But other than that, there was no issues. And that one idiot that unplugged the generator. But it was a good time, you know. So I had fun.
Should have got their name. They could have helped you out with Raiders Last Call on Saturday. But anyways,
Wow.
ladies and gentlemen, it's been
I
2
apologize
hours.
to had to do that show Saturday night.
It's
Fucking
been
taking a
2 hours and
blowtorch to this bitch.
It's been 2 hours and 7 minutes of Monday madness. Jeff, final thoughts.
I can't wait to go to the next one whenever that is. It ain't gonna be this season. I can't afford it.
I want you to save your ducks and come to Vegas. You come to Vegas, I will book a flight and meet you there.
I'm going to the draft. That's a definite. We're doing the draft.
No.
Next year, I got 2 games guaranteed I'm going to go to, and that's the New England one because, again, I'm going to be the main guy for that one, and the New York Jets game.
Okay. Let's 2028 start thinking about saving some ducats to get out.
I'm going to do what I can to save to get out there because I've already got connections for hopefully hooking me up when I get out there. So,
well, I'll help you out
tickets
too, bro.
Won't be a problem.
If you need anything, just
problem. It's just the flight's going to be the thing that's going to kill me because for what it would cost you to fly to Vegas is like half of what it's going to cost me.
What do you mean half?
Hey, Predator got it for $80.
I'm flying across the country. It's expensive.
Yeah. You mean twice as much, not half.
Yeah, sorry, twice as much. My bad.
Yeah. Nah.
It's going to cost me a fortune just for flights because I'm taking Dawn. She's going to go no matter what. If JT wants to go, he's paying his own way. I'm not. I took care of him for this game here. So he's on his own next time. I want to experience that with him. So
I'll see what I could do to help you out to get you out here with some other fungible assets.
Oh, we're gonna make it happen.
We're gonna make it happen. Because you really, I would love if we were still in Oakland. It wouldn't be a problem right now. I'd have you out here next year for a game. But
I wish I got to Oakland, man.
We're gonna get you to Vegas, and because a fan like you deserves to sit in the home seats.
I appreciate that.
And so we're gonna make this shit happen.
I'm not gonna be around forever. I got to do it sooner or later, or you know.
Yeah, but we're killing time here because it's already been 2 hours on the show.
What are you so patient for?
Because I promised only 2 hours to the better half. You've been married for 30 years. I got to go another 30. So, but not only that is we got to save some of the content because what are you doing tomorrow night, Jeff?
Well, tomorrow night I will be on the Most Notorious podcast along with my guy down the end there, Raider Will, and James from the military chapter. I don't know if Leo's going to be on. He said he's not doing any shows this week because he's getting ready for Houston. So we're going to find out if he's going to be on tomorrow night. And then Wednesday night, I'll be back on Wednesday night with Jay from Just Raiders Baby, LV Raider 10, and maybe or maybe not with Leo. We don't know. So make sure you guys also tune in tomorrow night for Jason and Donut Stunkins for their first show together. Just the two of them on
Just the two of us. We can make it happen right. Just the two of us.
One other thing, too. Shout out to 805 because 805, God bless you, my friend, to have to sit through game film to get ready for your show Wednesday night because I can only imagine what this is going to look like based on how horrid we were on Sunday. I think this was the worst game.
Yeah. 805 if you need.
I was there personally watching this, but I think just from all aspects of what we did on all sides of the ball. The only good I'm telling you, the only bright spot, again, was A.J. Cole. those corner kicks. He did it again. It landed right in front of us. Landed like at like the 18-yard line, you know. But we suck. We can't stop them even then, and they just march right downfield. So.
805. If you need to, I can put you and get a crime scene tech to come out and process that crime scene when you're done with that game film. Raider Will, my guy.
I can't even imagine doing that.
What do you got going on this week, Raider Will?
Well, you know what it is, baby. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be with my boy, Raider Jeff. We got this, the most notorious podcast where all TBH chapters get together. Then on Thursday, I'm going to be flying out to the Houston game. So I'll be out there live, and I'll be dropping in on you guys. That you guys are on YouTube, I'll come in and I'll drop in and show you guys some live clips of what we're doing. So, guys, just stay engaged. I mean, like, follow the Silver and Black Radio podcast. We're going to have everything like Houston game. I mean, like, there's 3 parties. Tim Brown signing. I'll be like, there's going to be a tailgate, all sorts of stuff, man. It's going to be large and engaging, lots of fun. So, yeah, man. And then I'm going to be tuning into you.
Do you have one of those mini mics that you can sync up to your phone?
I do.
Use that because that won't pick up as much as the like when Jeff went live inside the bar. Oh my God, you could literally see my earbuds go wow wow.
No, man. I'm gonna bring the little mini mic so that way when you guys want to talk to people or see what's going on, man, just
Man.
Yep, exactly. That's
and I had this set up when I was doing the walk around the city. I apologize now for anybody that watched the live at the parking lot and for the tailgate. I didn't use this because I didn't think I was going to need to, and I should have because I watched it today. I was like, oh, it sounds like shit. So next time I'm using these no matter what I'm doing. So I apologize if it sounds off, but
there's going to be more stuff than that going on, man. And I don't want you to be paying out money. I do everything for free.
Yeah. Well, if you need any bail money, we're up to $463 in the GoFundMe account. So just let me know, and I can wire you that $4.63, and maybe we can get you bailed out. But in Texas, bail's a lot more in Texas than it is in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
a lot more in Texas.
Just a shout out to Raider Savage here. So I joined his fantasy football league. So him and I are playing for the championship. So Savage, I love you, but I hope your team plays like the Raiders next weekend and I blow you out.
I love Savage, bro.
That belt you got, I told you, shine that thing up. I told you I was going to win it. I'm one game away. It's going to be
right. So having said that, we got, ladies and gentlemen, the 401_Raiders_Jeff Productions. There will be other content pulling out. Tomorrow night, got the TBH. Wednesday night was the Raider Connection. And then Thursday night, you have...
Oh, yeah, Coast to Coast with myself and LV Raider 10.
And then Friday night is...
Friday Night Mic Drop, motherfuckers. Hey,
it's a kid's show. I'm Raiders First Downs. You can catch me tomorrow night. My new show will be popping live. Bring your questions because at the end of the show, it's going to be Stump the Trump. I will be the Trump. See if you can stump me. As for tonight, Monday Night Madness, hopefully we can continue this podcast. If not, oh well. I still get paid the same.
You could do it.
From everybody here at 401 Raider Jeff Productions, we salute you guys. Thank you in the chat. Have a good night.
Stump the stump because you look like a stump.
401. 401. Silver and black, yeah, we never fold. New winning roots with a Raider soul. East Coast grind, West Coast pride, Raider Nation, worldwide.